Never stop reading the Bible. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping straight into the profound biblical texts of Proverbs. Specifically, we're walking through chapters 19, 20, and 21. Okay, let's dive right into this. We're going to unpack exactly how these ancient words provide an absolutely incredible blueprint for navigating our very modern lives.
You know, it's a completely fair question to ask. Can ancient proverbs actually solve our modern-day struggles? Well, what we're going to see today is this fascinating progression. These chapters take us on a bit of a journey. We start macro with our external choices in society, zoom into the micro habits of our daily routines, and finally zoom all the way out to the divine perspective on our deepest internal motives.
So, let's start with Chapter 19, the external choices.
Let's break this down. Chapter 19 focuses heavily on how our individual external choices ripple out and directly impact our community. Think about it. Acting with sincerity, being generous, and extending a helping hand naturally brings true friends into your life. But in stark contrast, relying on lies or having a quick temper, that inevitably leads to a complete loss of trust and respect from the people around you. Now, this chapter doesn't just hand out warnings, it outlines very specific rewards for righteous behavior. Keeping God's word is framed as the absolute highest blessing. It points out that finding a diligent spouse is a genuine divine gift, and that stepping up to help the poor literally results in a reward directly from God. Furthermore, simply listening to the good advice of others is how we actually accumulate wisdom. The core message here is super clear. Abandoning the foolishness of the world to embrace these actions is the only path to true success and life.
Moving right along to Chapter 20, Daily Practical Wisdom.
Here, the text shifts focus from those broad social themes right down to the minute, fragmented details of daily living. It shows us that fearing God isn't just some high-level concept. We are explicitly told to avoid drunkenness, stay away from unnecessary arguments, work diligently, reject unjust wealth, and live a morally pure life. It's basically a rapid-fire list of daily habits designed to keep us grounded.
To wrap up Chapter 20, the text delivers a powerful bottom line. We must pursue true wisdom over material wealth. It's a great reminder to keep divine judgment in mind before we go chasing after worldly benefits. And it scales this advice all the way up to leadership, pointing out that even rulers have to govern their people with love and truth rather than just raw power.
And this brilliantly illustrates our final shift, Chapter 21, the internal motivations.
Now we zoom out from the daily grind. Listen, God doesn't just see what we do. He examines every single action and weighs the very heart. He looks right past our external rituals and religious sacrifices to judge our true internal motives. Practicing righteousness and justice, that is far more valuable and brings far greater blessings than merely going through the motions of a sacrifice.
Chapter 21 then juxtaposes the ultimate destinies of the righteous and the wicked, all based on those internal motives. The righteous, the folks who are humble, careful with their words, and diligent in preparing for tomorrow, they gain glory, find joy in justice, and escape trouble with divine help. On the flip side, the wicked, who rely on deceitful wealth, violence, and laziness, arrogantly despise wisdom and ultimately face inevitable destruction.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Looking at these three chapters, we really have to ask ourselves, are your daily habits aligning your heart with true wisdom? It's a powerful, provocative challenge from these ancient texts, urging us to examine our external choices, our daily routines, and our deepest internal motives today. The Center Studio.